What's up, guys? Chasing Lady here, episode number 42? 42, I think. We're out my brain. Maths not good. I think it's 42 of Welcome to Wroxham. And in today's episode, we are, of course, out of all the cups and we're chasing down that National League North title. But things are getting a bit interesting. We're going to make things a bit interesting today. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, stick around for the intro. I'll talk you through it on the other side. So here we are on the other side then. Today we're playing Alfreton Town in the league. They sit in 10th. We are sitting first. And a little gander at the league table with just 7 games to go, including this one, tells you we've scored 98 points already after 38 games. We've lost only 1 game so far this season. And we've scored 89 goals, conceded 26. So it's not inconceivable. We can get 100 goals for and 100 points. And it's not inconceivable, although less likely, we could even find a way to get ourselves to a plus 100 goal difference. Although now I'm doing the maths in my head, that's 7 games to go, 27 games. We have to score 4 goals without reply in every game. We're good, but I don't know if we're that good. But promotion seems like it's pretty much in the bag at this point. We're looking pretty good. 13 points to the good. There's 21 to play for. Sure, it could be tight towards the end, but such is life, that's how it goes. We've had a lot of good games recently, is what I'm trying to say. Don't know why I'm clicking on the diary. We need to go to the schedule. So, after we played the Ebbsfleet game, we then played St Albans City, picked up our first and only loss of the season in front of 1,000 people in St Albans. Jaden Williams getting on the score sheet. We then bounced back with a 4-2 win over Bury, a goal from Ben Cottrell, a brace from Valadokin, and a goal from Terrell Pennant. We then beat Scarborough Athletic 3-2. Jaden Williams, Ben Cottrell and Teo Eden scoring for us. Buxton we beat 3-0 with goals from Jaden Williams, Ben Cottrell and our new signing Matthew Smith, who came in just after the last episode. Matthew Smith, a former Swindon player, also played for Charlton, for Arsenal youth product at Doncaster as well. Had a good little career. Got released. I saw him on a list of free players and I was like, we will have Matthew Smith for sure. We then beat Boston, and we beat them 1-0 with a goal from Teo Eden. We had a 0-0 draw with Gloucester. We had a 3-1 win over Southport, a brace from Jaden Williams, a goal from Ben Cottrell, and a 1-0 draw with Matlock was our last game. Marcus Muir getting on the score sheet, but, obviously, Altrincham are starting to catch us up a little bit. We can see they've had an interesting run. I don't think there's a way to go quickly to their fixtures. Is their view fixtures for Altrincham? We'll look at how their last 2 games look. And they've been on a bit of a tear of form over the last few weeks, so they are building up to be a big kind of threat to us towards the end of the season. That said, we're going to try something different in today's episode, so without any further ado, let's go meet the team and I will talk you through the team sheet. So, because we've got a lot of games, a lot of points in the back pocket, and we've got a bit of a cushion, I decided I'd try something. Usually it's the end of every season when we've already won something or there's nothing left to play for at least. We put out our best potential players, our highest potential players, to give them a run out, get them some experience and help develop them. And that's what we've done today. It's a bit of a team you've not seen many of or much of this season or at all really. So Dafin Amari, I'm never going to learn how to pronounce that name. Romanian goalkeeper, 18 years old. I picked him up on a free, and he was training with us for a little while, but has finally got his contract under wraps, and he's been okay for us. He's had a few run-outs in the youth team. Looks like he's got a good amount of potential to him, and he was sort of just a case of I need a third goalkeeper being a bit more active. Dafin Amari is going to be our goalkeeper today, and hopefully he'll have a good performance. Playing in front of him, however, Cesar Marquez, you guys know. I think you've seen Bazare too. I'm sure I've shown you Antonio Bazare. Jaden Warner was one of our new signings in the January window. The guy we signed from Norwich, making his debut today as well. So that should be an interesting combination. And Marcos Flores, another player we've had around for a little while. He is a Peruvian player, left back, 18 years old. He's slowly getting better and should continue getting better, you would hope. I think he's going to be a bit of a prospect for the future. I've got a feeling about this kid. So we're going to give him a run out today and see what he looks like. In defensive midfield, another newish signing is this fella, Brooklyn Toulson. We signed him from Farsley after they released him. 17 years old. But I think that I say released him. I think I paid the money for him, or I did some kind of shady under the table deal. I just got him on a free. He's been playing in the National League North though. He's had a few games. Looks like another big potential player according to our scouts. So I thought I'd give him a run out and see how he looks. He's played 5 times in the National League North this season, so he should be okay. Solid little midfielder. Matthew Smith, I've just shown you, the ex-Arsenal player. He is our big hitter, 25 years old today, but still has some big potential to still be a League 2 player, apparently. Alongside him, Costas, who we've not seen in quite some time. Alamir is a guy you've not seen at all playing for us. We signed him from Botafogo. He was a released Brazilian player. Popped up, had a look at him, thought I liked the look of him, so I signed him. Winger, can play on both sides, also plays up top. Decent with both feet, still needs a bit of work, but, you know, an 18-year-old Brazilian, and, you know, he's on a non-contract basis, so if he doesn't look good, we'll just get rid of him. Roger Benete, you've seen. Leighton Stewart, you've not really seen much of this season. He has played 8 times for us, only notching 1 assist. No goals so far for the former Liverpool and Brentford man, but today is his time to shine. He is the star striker for us today. On the bench, Terrell Pennant. Jaime Mora is a player you've not seen before, I know for sure. He is Colombian, another player that we've kind of just scouted through. I think I just typed in Jamie and he popped up. Actually, I was just looking for random players. He popped up, we gave him a look. He looks like he might have something to offer. Can play all the way down the left and up top. Gives us that bit of versatility we like. For an 18-year-old, we've got Cotter on the bench. Of course, you know him. Harry Chapman, I don't think you've seen before, or I even mentioned him before. So he's 28 years old. He's an older player that I've just not really used. So I thought I'd give him a chance because I need just to look at him really for versatility. Formerly of Barnsley, Sheffield United, Middlesbrough, Shrewsbury, Blackburn, Burton, Bradford and Brackley, so he's played for all the Bees. And I thought, yeah, we'll give him a debut today because he's not in our team just yet. So he's getting a look in today. And Antonsen, of course, you have seen the centre-half on the bench. So without any further ado, let's firm that team and let's go and see what they can do. We have to give out some squad numbers and everything. Leighton Stewart's going to captain the team. That's a bit of a rare one. Any of these players getting their preferred numbers? Absolutely not, but that is life. Let's just carry on forward and let's get into this, shall we? So into the dressing room, and I completely forgot that we got rid of our assistant manager, so I have no one to give me advice on this one. We're going to go for, we're the favourites, we should win this one comfortably. That seems to have done the job. I need to remember to go and hire a new assistant manager because I keep forgetting to do it. I knew he was leaving because he went off to manage someone in the division below, and I still completely forgot to do it. So that is all good. Dan Gardner has left us, and I need to work out who my new assistant manager is going to be. In fact, I've got an idea in my head that it could be one of the players in the squad. There is a certain little fella I've been looking at, maybe for that role. But we'll talk about that when we get there. We're kicked off, and we just need to see if this team of youngsters can perform and get a cheeky result here. So, free kick for Alfreton. Ward taking it, going deep, looking for Docker, but Marquez is going to pick this up and take his time on the ball. Back to Amarie, and goes forward, looking for Leighton Stewart. Can't quite find him. Snedden heads it on to Sonner, to Evans, over the top, to Docker. Docker's through, and that's a hell of a finish. Great finish for Lorne Docker, and our young team have already had a bit of a crumbly moment. We're going to go for an encouraged shout, though, because, you know, we've got to keep the spirits of the young boys up if we can. Evans with a great little dink over the top to find Docker, and Docker just finished that with a great first-time lob. Can't really knock him. It was a good finish. It was a good finish, good build-up play, and we just need to refocus, regroup, and get ourselves back into this game. Although the defence already starting to fall apart a little bit, so maybe some questions to be asked there, and some more. Some of our better players, our bigger name players, are going to get a chance to come in and shine. Throw in now for Alfreton. Hippolyta to Sonner to Ward, and this could be 2-0 quite easily. Alvarez back to Ward. Ball goes out wide, looking for Lloyd, but he's bad first touch. Flores to Warner. Warner, big ball over the top, but Stewart not really alive to it, and Snedden picks it up. Over the top now, we need to win this in the air. Bazare does. Smith out wide to Alamir, who's picked up a booking. Docker takes it away from him though, and it's on to Sonner again. Snedden over the top now, looking for Evans, can't find him. Bazare to Flores. Flores goes forward and doesn't really achieve anything. Benete has almost picked up the ball. Lloyd running at us. We've got to get any kind of regrouping happening as Rodney is through. Now this is going to be 2-0 just over the bar, And that's not gone well for us. That's not gone well at all. We are looking very much like a team that has never met. We're going to try, and I guess we'll take the pressure off the boys. That's a good idea. Take the pressure off them. Maybe they're feeling a bit nervous. Now they're just feeling angry that I told them there was no pressure, which is nice. That's what I wanted. Flores now with a throw-in, and it goes to Benete, back to Flores. Warner to Torson, to Bazare. Ball goes forward, looking for Stewart. Can't quite get there. It's fallen for Lloyd from the header. We've got to get a bit more focused here. Oliver to Alvarez, back to Oliver. We need to really not concede here as Justin picks up the ball and just takes his time for Alfreton in his own box, lays it short to Snedden, over the top, looking for Docker. We've got to get there first. Marquez does get there first. Alamir, don't know what he's thinking with that head on. Hippolyta forward for Docker now. He's got round a Marquez. We need to do something about this. Rodney's going to be there with the header, and it's very, very close. Goal kick now, and it's going to be Amarie to take it. Goes short to Warner. Warner over the top, looking very deep for Stewart. It's not going to find him. Sonner through to Rodney with a pop from range, and Devante Rodney. I mean, two good finishes for Alfreton. We can't be mad. The defending has been shocking, is the word I'm looking for. Shocking so far. I probably need to throw some more experience in that defence as fast as I can before we end up 7-0 down. Like, as I record this, Manchester United did to Liverpool today. I wasn't laughing, I promise, except for the laughing. Anyway, let's hope things get better from here on out. I'm going to do a berating of the boys. Let's see if we can snap them out of this a little bit. Half time in the dressing room is going to be a little bit frosty. I think Alamir is going to be coming off, probably finding himself replaced by Ben Cottrell, because that's going to be a good idea. Bazare and Flores are going to be coming off in the very near future as well, because both of them have been utterly useless, and that's not something I look for in players, if I'm honest, as half-time creeps up on us. Let's go into the dressing room. Obviously, without my assistant manager, I am lacking some advice to give them, which is not going to help terribly. Yes, get your act together. Start playing like the favourites you're meant to be. Let's talk to Flores. Let's talk to Bazare. Let's talk to Alamir. Let's talk to Benete. And let's talk to Leighton Stewart. And let's do with I'm quite angry with how you've played tonight. That seems fairly understated. I'm going to tell the boys to step up and show everyone why we can. I'm going to tell everyone to step up and show why we can win, because that's going to help us somewhere down the line. Let's see how the second half looks. The players that are looking a bit downhearted are the players I was thinking of taking off anyway, so I'm not going to lose any sleep if they're unhappy. They're never going to make it to the final whistle if they keep playing the way they do, although Leighton Stewart has been awful, and he's just picked up a yellow card just to make life a bit more difficult. Free kick now is with Flores, and he finds Warner. Warner over the top. I mean, once again, Stewart's just not there. Oliver to Ward, to Alvarez. Ward forward now. Need to win this. Bazare does to Smith. Smith goes over the top looking for Alamir. Alamir needs a moment of magic here. Good crossover. Stewart down to Benete, and we've got ourselves on the score sheet for three attacking players who have done nothing so far. They suddenly sprang into life. That was interesting. Alamir here picks up the ball, turns his man, a little bit of a half volley across the box. Stewart heads it down for Benete. The one time they have a conversation, and they've pulled off something quite pretty. That will at least alleviate the chances of me taking off any of the front three for a little while, but Bazare and Flores almost certainly can't. In fact, I'm going to take Flores off now, because not only has he been utter crap, he has also got booked, so we should probably make that change now while we're thinking about it. And we'll send in Jaime Mora. We'll also take off Bazare, because he's not been great, and we'll send in Antonsen. That should help us sort things out at the back. And Alamir has dropped in quality, so we're going to send in, I feel like this is where we send in Terrell Pennant. I do. I feel that's where we send in the big boy. Send in our leader on the wing. I know I said I wanted to look at Harry Chapman, but I don't want to lose to Alfreton, so we're sending in a sure hand in Terrell Pennant, and Docker is going to take a corner against us now. We need to do something to defend against this. It's Joe Oliver making it 3 for Alfreton, and I'm not feeling great about this. I'll be honest, I'm not feeling too good about this. Probably making a couple of defensive changes just before a corner was not very helpful either, but, you know, it was players who've played a lot of football this season should be good enough to make a difference, and haven't done so. Daphne Amarie, not looking like the best keeper I've ever signed. So into the last 10 minutes, I've made some changes to go to a more traditional 4-3-3. We're going to use Pennant and Benete a bit more centrally up top, try and get a bit more out of them as a striking partnership with Stewart, because Leighton Stewart, frankly, has just been missing all game and would not ordinarily have finished had I had an option here. Docker with a cross, headed away by Stewart, and that is Luke Ward making it 4-1 for Alfreton. It's not the one today. It's not the one. That's absolutely fine. I sort of expected to lose today, I'll be honest. I stuck out the kids for experience, and they got an experience, but not necessarily the kind of experience I wanted them to get. We're going to berate them again, and Emery, once I get him back in the dressing room, is going to be asked to show me his hands just to prove he's got some, because he's not done well at all in goal today, and it's not like he's had an inexperienced defence. Cesar Marquez has played about 30 games for the club. He's a very experienced player by comparison to a lot of the players in this team. And we are going to reach the final whistle now. It's going to be full time for 4-1. And that's not gone well at all. So we're going to just carry on forward. And once I've yelled at the team, we're going to pretend that didn't happen. I'm embarrassed by that performance. It was absolutely shameful. No, it weren't good enough. And I don't have the words. However, Amarie, you're going to get a war bottle, son. You weren't good enough. Your mistakes cost us. I don't care if that makes you upset. You weren't good enough, and your mistakes cost us. So you needed telling that. Right, so we are going to carry on the next game with the last game of the season for sure, and we're going to hopefully try and just keep on trucking, really, is what we're looking for. That is going to be our plan for the rest of the season. I think the last game of the season is against Altrincham, but we'll find out in just a second. So the last game of the season is this game here at home to Altrincham. It could be a title decider. They're 10 points behind us. There are 15 points to play for, so this could go any which way but loose. We'll see how things shake up. But in the meantime, and I don't think I'm going to be experimenting anymore with playing the youth team. I think maybe we'll just try and smash our way to the end of the season. But we're going to try our best, do what we can, make sure we get promoted. That's the plan. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I've always been Chasing Lane. You don't forget, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. It's all down below. Leave some comments, share it with your friends, all that stuff that you enjoy doing. Anyway, I'll see you very soon. I think it's Wednesday we'll be doing that episode. And in the meantime, have a good week, have a good day, stay safe, and until next time, have a good one.